welcome to Wrestle Talk with Rabbit Beaver, and joining me today is a man that you may know as Matthew Oliver Peppercorn, and everybody chants for him when they see him come out. They go, Peppercorn, Peppercorn. Matthew Oliver Peppercorn is here. Peppercorn, how you doing, baby?
I'm good, man. I've pulled over on the side of the McDonald's just to do this for you guys. I'm excited. I want to hear what we got going on tonight. I'm ready for some questions.
Awesome. Well, first, let's start with you, sir. How did you break into the business? What was it like for you to get into the business?
Oh, man. Okay. So first time really answering this question. So breaking into the business, it was kind of a little interesting for me. I reached out originally to the Nightmare Factory, which was, I don't really tell many people this because it's not really important, but I only went for a week and realized, I was like, all right, man, this is kind of expensive and not for me. And anyway, became good friends with a guy that I had worked with previously. And he was really into wrestling, took me to his indie shows. I didn't even know indie shows existed, man. I only watched wrestling from like 02 to 06. That was my extent. Everything I know now is because of what I've learned and been taught, and what I've studied. And so he introduced it to me, and lo and behold, he introduced me to Casey Cage, and I said, hey, Casey, my name's Matt. I want to train, kind of thing. It was kind of awkward at first, super awkward, but I didn't want to do it for wrestling purposes. I actually wanted to do it to get healthy. I know that sounds really dumb, but like I had a problem with going to the gym. Even in school, I had a problem going to the gym because like I just was ashamed of my body, right? So I was like, well, I like wrestling, I like watching it, so let me hop in the ring. But he wouldn't let me just do that. So he said, no, you're too good. Like, you need to, like, let's train you. Like, let's actually do this thing. Let's get you in the ring. So a year later, we got in the ring, man, and I worked my first battle royal, and it's just been kind of on the road since.
Well, you trained with Casey Cage, you said, and we know that he's a former NWA television champion, and he definitely has put his name out there in the indies and also all around wrestling. So what was it like being on the road with him? Because I know you traveled with him for quite a bit.
Yeah, so, yeah, me and Casey were definitely in the car a lot, and we still do. Like, every time we get a chance to ride together, we will. And I have the utmost respect for Casey, and I can't even put that in words. Like, I don't understand. Like, he was just super patient with me. Really, really patient. But, that, as far as, like, the stories he tells, the hands he's touched as far as in the business, on the veterans he's been around, that's not stuff I can sit here and tell you in person. It's just stuff you have to be in the car to listen to. And it's because it's so much like knowledge, right? Casey is a wealth of knowledge, and any wrestler that's listening to this right now, if you ever get a chance to ride with him, hop in the car with Casey Cage, man. And he's going to teach you something. I mean, he rode the roads a lot. If a lot of people don't know, with Ted Allen, and man, like he's literally just spitting off the knowledge that Ted gave him. Like, it's, you know what I'm saying? So you can't go wrong.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about this business is if you have any questions or concerns while you're learning or trying to learn, ride with somebody, because they can answer stuff that just comes up at random. And that was probably one of the most things that has benefited you. I would say 100% was being able to ride with a veteran like Casey Cage, gaining the knowledge from him, picking his brain. But then you got to wonder, on the flip side, if you ever had to face your teacher, would you be able to use some of that against him?
So it's funny you say that. We worked a match in Alabama against each other, and nobody recorded it. And it was for Jack Lord, and it was Hill, and it was like one of our best matches. And I mean, Casey, he even told me, he said, that was like, I'm proud. And, that kind of broke me a little bit. Like, it was good though. It ended in a DQ. So that's our count out. No, it's a count out. So I guess nobody wins, huh? We outsmarted each other.
Well, you both win. I mean, you both win in that one because, at least you got to face him. At least you got to see that you could use the things that he taught you, and you could hang with him. There's a lot of people that get into the business that they try to go against their mentor, but the mentor didn't show them everything. They didn't teach them enough to where they could even hang with them. So it's a blessing to see that you had somebody that really took you under their wing, showed you the ropes inside the business and is still showing you the ropes, still giving you
yeah.
knowledge, still helping you along the way. And that's a treasure that you just can't put a price on, to be honest with you,
Right.
Peppercorn. Now, I know that you faced a lot of people, including Big Andy this past weekend at RCW. Talk about that
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Dude, Andy, look, listen. Let me call him by his real name. Big Andy, okay. He's a great athlete, man. He's great. One of the better, bigger dudes I've ever wrestled in the ring, and I hope he's listening to this because bravo. He's a good worker, man. I enjoyed it. He crushed me. He beat the living hell out of me. But
Oh, come
he did
on,
it.
Peppercorn. You had him immobile there for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, a little bit. I did my job. He's a big guy. I had to work that tree trunk of a leg he had. He called himself an orangutan for a reason, big old monkey. So I had to knock him on down a little bit, but it was good. I loved it. I enjoyed it.
Awesome. Now we know you from Championship One Wrestling. We used to be involved, heavily involved with Championship One Wrestling. You guys used to come down there quite a bit and perform it. I believe you still do. Is that correct?
Yeah, every once in a while. I went down there. I think it was a week before last, and I had a triple threat match, and that was good. I loved it. I enjoyed it. It was with Dalton and Robert Blade, and so yeah, it was. I always have fun when I go down there. That's one thing I do like to say. It's a friendly environment. At least for me, it is. I don't, I just like to goof around, have a good time with the boys.
Right. Absolutely. Now, we actually got to catch something here from last year in November. Hope you don't mind we showing it, but you had a match with PWI's Jameson Shook.
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of got the better of him a little bit in a couple of these. So let's roll over here and show what's going on here. It looks like you're up there for the big one here. You're getting a 10 count in. Talk about it a little bit with us.
Yeah, man. Listen, I wanted to win this match so bad. I just had to give him everything I had. You know what I'm saying? So not many times you see me going up for a 10 or a count or going up and over like this and just really laying it all out and giving it all my all.
Man, what a suplex, though. My goodness.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
I mean, it definitely shows.
Cage, man.
It definitely shows, the toolage that you've been under and the way that you did, and especially the way that you laid Jameson Shook out like that with that suplex. Now, unfortunately, we know you didn't come out on top in that match, but however, you put up a valiant fight, one of the better fights of the year. I would almost put that match up for match of the year this coming year for the way that you guys had that match right there. That was one of the better matches at C1W. So, and I say that from the bottom of my heart. I don't say that lightly because there's been a lot of good matches this past year, including some cage matches, including, some hardcore matches. But that was one of the best ones that we got to see right there at Championship One Wrestling. So it has my vote.
Enjoyed it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
You're very welcome. Now, I know you're entering the Sean Schultz tournament, the Futures tournament for number 2. Is that correct?
Yeah. This is the second year they're doing it. It's my first time entrance. I'm excited about it, man. I've never even really, I don't think I've ever been in a tournament, maybe a tag team tournament when I first broke in a couple of years ago. But I am super excited about this, super excited to get my name out. We're doing it at the TWE Arena. It's changed venues a couple of times. We've had a little bit of trouble, but it's back, it's up, we're running it, we're doing the thing, and I'm excited. I'm working on getting a sponsor now. I don't want to drop any names, but I am working on getting a sponsor. So be on the lookout.
TWE Arena, that's Chattanooga, Tennessee, correct?
Red Bank.
Red Bank.
Yes.
Red Bank, Tennessee. So I apologize. I'm sorry about that, TWE. Please forgive me on that. So Red Bank, Tennessee is where it's going to be held at.
Yep. I think I have flyers coming out soon, but it's at 4825 Dayton Boulevard. Yep.
4825 Dayton Boulevard. And you're hearing it right here. And what day is that going to be taking place?
Let's see. That is going to be on Saturday, May 17th.
May 17th.
Yeah.
So that's going to be just right around the corner here in just a month or so. That's going to be real good for you.
Yeah, I'm super stoked for it, man. Yeah.
I mean, the wealth of talent that has already put their name in, like AJ Black, we know AMJ, we know just a few people that have put their name in that hat. So you're going to be going against some of the best inside the region, if not the nation. Let's just say it like that. And so for you to be excited about this match and for you to be involved in this match, and to be in the ring with the best upcoming young talent like Xander Warwick. I mean, just for example, we're just throwing that name out there, but for you to be in the ring with those boys, that's a great blessing, sir. And especially coming from where you come from. You know, I know you're from California. You're the coastal sunshine, as they like to say over here. But man, you've got a lot of wealth and knowledge to give to some of the younger kids as AJ Black, wouldn't you say?
Give them knowledge? Oh, I don't know, man. I'm great. I call myself great all the time, brother. I can learn from them. But I've touched hands with a lot of these guys already before in the ring. And so, like, I think they're great talents. I think we can learn from each other and, carry on wrestling. But I love that they wrestle. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like, I love that they do it and they do it great. And they were taught very well. It's easy. I don't have to call nothing with most of these guys. I love it.
Well, as long, like you said, it's very important that you don't have to call anything with a lot of the people that are coming up and into the ring with you and being in the business with you. That's very special because you all have a feel and a chemistry then. Yes. And it's just like, you know what to do, when to do it, how to do it. And you don't have to have the call and response, and you don't have to feel like a jerk for calling something out. And so that's very important, especially inside the ring, to have that chemistry, because you all will build a relationship and tell a better story inside the ring by doing something like that. So my hat's off to you guys for doing something like that, Peppercorn. It's just really awesome. Really awesome.
Appreciate that, man.
You're very welcome. I know that you've got some other dates that are available too, that are coming up. I believe March 7th is one of them, going to be 2025. I believe you're going to be at Pro Wrestling Alliance. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So it's crazy because, like, I've been getting bookings lately, and I've had to get a new calendar recently because I've lost my other. But yeah, so this Friday, it's in Lebanon. PWA is slowly becoming one of my favorite promotions to work for, just because the amount of talent that's there, and there's a lot of veterans there, man. And I love picking their brains. And there's a lot of guys that are in and out. Toby Farley, Plunky, Cooter. I mean, I just wrestled LBK, and that was phenomenal. Like, it's like I'm not saying that we don't have bad matches, because all wrestlers will always have bad matches, right? But it's just like, it's hard to have a bad match with anybody in that locker room. It's hard. And like you were saying about the chemistry, I feel like it's like when you get in the ring, it's that like automatic chemistry there, and I really enjoy the atmosphere there. And it's so easy to go in there, do my job, and be a part of something that feels like it's bigger than me in that locker room, and I love it.
Well, PWA has a lot of stuff. You mentioned a lot of people's names, but there's one particular that became the general manager here recently that you didn't mention, and that was yours truly, Pat Dooley.
Hey,
and hater. Well, you got to see, like, he's got that huge rivalry going on with Honcho Hensley, I believe, over the pile driver that's happening there at PWA. Yeah, and the question arises, especially since you're coming back, Honcho doesn't have an opponent this weekend. So do you fear that you will be the one that's in that match with Honcho that may get that pile driver?
Listen, I don't know how I feel about that. I ain't trying to get pile drive, brother. Because we've seen what pile drivers do to people, and I ain't trying to walk out with a neck brace. And he ain't playing no games with that pile driver he does. It's pretty nasty.
It's disgusting. Let's call it what it is. That thing is disgusting.
Yeah, I ain't, no. I'm going to just see myself out of that.
I will let Pat Dooley know that for sure, that you are not the candidate for it.
Thanks, Pat. Check your DMs, please.
Yeah, PWA is awesome. They're at 95 McQuarrie Road in Lebanon, Tennessee is where they're going to be at. That's going to be 7 p.m., if I'm correct, is when the doors open. The bell time's at 8 p.m., I do believe. And their general admission is $10. Their front row seating is going to be $12 for that. And if you want to have a good time on a Friday night and see some great wrestling, this is the man you want to see right here. Not to mention, they have so much going on. Draven Lee is scheduled to be there. Yep. Toby Farley is scheduled to be there. Of course, Max Abel is scheduled to be there. And Matthew Oliver Peppercorn is going to be there as well. So you guys, if you guys are out there in Lebanon, Tennessee, you're in Nashville, Tennessee, you guys are anywhere close to it, Tullahoma. If you guys are close, just drive on up. Have a good time.
Come on.
It'll be a great time for you guys. So that's an awesome thing that you guys there at PWA, man. You're having some great stuff up. But I know you are highly involved with MSWA, right?
Oh yeah, I am. I'm actually we've had like a brand merge for just the time being, just for now. So, but it's separate still. But it's TPW, which is Total Psychopathic Wrestling, and MSWA. Okay, and I'm the TPW heavyweight champion now. So that's news that's been already broke. Obviously, that's why I'm so casual about it, because everybody already knows. And and that's why I'm actually up in here in Knoxville, because I had some business to take care of regarding my championship. So we'll just leave it at that. But yes, I'm heavily involved. Come out.
And I believe that they've got something going on Saturday, March 8th, 2025 at VFW Post 6598. And I believe that's at Tubb Springs Road in Harriman, Tennessee. I want to say it's 195 Tubb Springs Road, Harriman, Tennessee.
That's exactly it. That's going to be this Saturday, March 8th. And yeah, we're going to have some good stuff out there for you. And as you know, if you can't see there, it's going to be me and Cadillac Cowboy again, and I'll have my manager with me. So we're going to take care of business that night. So
the Cadillac Cowboy is going to be coming out. That's going to be interesting to see, very much so. So if you guys are out there and you guys are right there in Harriman, Tennessee, you definitely don't want to miss this one. MSWA and TPW colliding together and becoming a new promotion out here Saturday, March 8, 2025 with Matthew Oliver Peppercorn, the TPW heavyweight champion. And as you said, you were taking care of some business tonight for TPW. You want to give us a little bit of an in on that?
Well, if you just follow closely on my Facebook, you'll see in the next couple of days. There were some things that was said that I had to arrange and just take care of. So,
and I think you did such a good job. And speaking of your Facebook, I'm going to bring that up for the fans to see. So if you guys want to follow Matthew Oliver Peppercorn, this is how you do it right here. Matthew Oliver Peppercorn right here on Facebook with the pink there, digital creator, and it's got all of his great stuff here. Now, something we didn't mention was this Fort Campbell Boulevard. Are you in the Fight for 9 that's going to be taking place?
Yes, I'm actually. So I'm going to be. I don't know that he's announced opponents yet, and I don't know if I should do that. But I will be in a singles match. I'll be in 2 matches. But I will be in a singles match. Yes, I am in that.
And that's going to be at 1801 Fort Campbell Boulevard. And the bell time is going to be at 7:30 p.m. Front row seats are going to be $15. General admission seats are going to be $10.
Yes.
Kids 5 and under are always going to be free. And you can be able to see Matthew Oliver Peppercorn, Draven Lee, Sean Hoodrich is going to be there. The Grease Monkey Red, Sean Mercer, and Chase Stevens are all going to be there, guys.
Oh, yeah.
So you don't want to miss this.
It's a huge show. It's going to be fun. It's going to be packed out. Oh, yeah. It's going to be great. And, I mean, who wouldn't want to see me anyway?
Absolutely. So and Peppercorn, we've got to ask, I know, and you've been very nice and very kind, especially to the promoter there, by not giving the card out. And I got to say, there'd be people who'd be jumping at the bit to tell everybody who they're facing. So I give you kudos on that one, sir, because that's a nice, well kept secret that you're keeping from everybody. But if you want to see Peppercorn in action, you have to show up. And he said he's going to be in 2 matches. 2.
That's right. 2.
So you're going to get to see him twice that night. That's twice the Peppercorn. All right, Peppercorn. I believe that just about covers everything that I've got here. Now, do you have anything else that's planned in the future?
Oh, no, not right now. I mean, I'm just wrestling, and that's all I plan to do. So if you want to catch me somewhere, please just follow my socials. I will have merch coming. I know people's probably been asking or not asking or wanting to burn it, whatever. That's fine. Just buy it. That's cool. But I will have merch coming, guys. Okay. So that's a thing. Yeah, come out, watch a show, and let's have fun.
Excellent. Now, if anybody out there is wanting to book you, Mr. Peppercorn, how can they do so?
So you can message me through Facebook. I have my email and even my phone number's on there. You can connect through there. It's a business phone number, so it's not like you're trying to get my personal phone number. Weird. Anyway, but yeah, all my socials are on there, man. Just hit me up on there.
You don't want stalkers?
No, man. I got too many of those as it is, brother.
I understand.
You know about the business already if you already know about the stalkers.
That's right. Well, as he said, you can definitely hit him up on Facebook. You can send him a message through Messenger. It has his business phone number on there for you if you're interested in booking him for a live event. And Peppercorn would be one of the best ones that you can book inside the business. Just that little itty bitty sliver that we showed you there is just a hint of everything that's in his arsenal. And you guys don't want to miss any of the action. Definitely go out there and see him live. If you can't go and see him live, have one of your friends go and see him live, because Matthew Oliver Peppercorn is worth the price of admission. And he has Wrestle Talk with a Rabid Beaver approved. So I have that strictly for you. Now, before I let you go, I wouldn't be doing my job, but we know you traveled with Casey. We talked about it a little bit. Let's talk about some of the ribs that Casey likes to pull.
Oh, man. Well, look.
Did he ever leave you at a Waffle King?
No, he never left me at a Waffle King.
He left me at a Waffle King.
That's awesome. Actually, that's a good one. Ask Chase Stevens how that marker felt.
Oh. So he had some drawings, huh?
Maybe. I mean, they did get on Facebook. I don't know if they're still there or not.
That's very interesting.
But no, man, Casey's calmed down a lot, man. But he'll still rib you a little bit. But he's just a teacher, man. He's just a natural teacher. So maybe he taught me some of the ribs. I just might not tell you guys.
What are some of the ribs that got pulled on you while you were under Casey?
See, you got to wait until I'm about 15 years in the business for all that stuff comes out. So I can write my books, and then I will get when I start doing podcasts, when.
All right. So one last question. Casey's got Petunia. He's had Petunia for years. He's been holding on to it. How'd the little Petunia come about?
His name is actually Bartholomew. And how that came about is we were doing a tag team, the Odd Couple, and we were just odd. And one day, okay, don't judge. Here we go. So I was on the phone. I think I was on the phone. I don't know who I was on the phone with. I was eating or whatever. I was eating at Champy's, and I had to go to a wrestling show. And he was like, "You don't got nothing?" Or somebody said, "I need to bring a bone," or "You don't got nothing you can bring too?" I said, "I don't know, man." And I was at Champy's, and I had finished eating my chicken. I looked down. I grabbed that chicken bone. I said, "All right, that's it. Bartholomew." That was it. Game over. That was it, dude. And we took a promo pic, and we never really did anything from there with it. To be honest with you, I was gonna wear it around my neck, but then that kind of got voodoo-y, and I'm like, that's kind of weird. And so I'm not Papa Shango or something, you know what I'm saying? So we just never put it in a promo or nothing. We didn't even do much with it, you know what I'm saying? So
I think I caught maybe one promo you did on his farm with it, and that was the only promo I got to caught. I only caught with it. But it was hilarious because he's looking at you like you're crazy carrying this little bone, and he's got this huge bone in his hand, but he's looking at you like, why are you carrying this around? So
yeah, dude, I like to be me. I like to be naturally me and goofy, and that's just what I do, man.
Well, you do a good job of it. And like I said, you do an excellent job inside the ring. And guys, anybody that's out there watching, we've mentioned the places where you can catch him. You can catch him at PWA on the 7th. You can catch him at MSWA or TAP, whichever one. You can catch him on the 8th there in Harriman. And you can also catch him at the Sean Schultz Future Tournament that's going to be taking place. And then anywhere else that you're booked, you just let us know. You send us a message directly, and we'll put it out there for you to let you know where you can catch Matthew Oliver Peppercorn in the future. Matthew, thank you so much for your time here today. Sure. And if there's anything that we can do for you here at Wrestle Talk with a Rabid Beaver, you just let us know, and we'd be more than happy to do that for you.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you for having me.
You're very welcome. And like I said, thank you so much for being here. And guys, remember, if you all are interested in getting any of his merchandise, if you guys are interested in seeing him live, you got to go and see him live to do it. You got to talk to him in person. He will be out there. He will come out. He'll talk to you guys. So don't be afraid to speak to the Peppercorn, because he's not going to be afraid to speak to you.
There you go.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you so much for being here today. And remember, guys, you heard it here first on Wrestle Talk with the Rabid Beaver. Thank you all so much, and you all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.